Howdy.
How you doing, Josh?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
Good, thanks.
There's a rumor that you're inviting Trey Lance to tight end you. Is that accurate?
Well, yeah, he's always invited. He was invited last year, but he had a family thing come up. But no, he'll be here this year.
It doesn't water down tight end you to have non-tight ends there?
I think we have 6 quarterbacks coming in. You know, we need someone to throw us the ball, right? I mean, we relied on Christian last year. That didn't work out too well. So bring some actual quarterbacks in to throw some balls.
What is your impression then on the young tight ends that are coming there?
Let's see. They're both great. They both got high character guys. They both have great work ethics. They're out there every single day trying to get better. They learn really well. They learn fast. I think Coach Fleury's done a great job about installing the offense with them. They have a very good understanding of everything that we're trying to accomplish. They don't have very many MAs as a rookie, which is pretty astonishing because I had a bunch when I was a rookie. They're both making plays. Cameron's a big dude. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was in person. Thick, strong, gets off the ball well. You know, at one point he was our second fastest tight end on the day, hit over like 19 miles an hour, so he can run a little bit. Braden's got a great feel in the route game. He's running choice routes, doing that really well, catching the ball strong with his hands. I think he had a drop today. That was the first time I've seen him drop a ball. But like their eagerness and to learn, and they ask a bunch of questions too, which I really appreciate. I told both off the front, like, please don't think you're gonna ever annoy me with questions. I was in your position once, and all I want to do is give you the best chance of making this team, and so just ask me whatever you want, and they both asked me a ton of questions, so I really appreciate that eagerness from them.
What's the top speed that you've hit on the GPS?
This OTAs, I think I was 20.5. Yeah, you know, just out there running and gunning a little bit, got to show the young guys what it is. I feel like I'm still young though.
In your career, is it faster normally in a game with adrenaline, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think my fastest time ever was like 21.5, but I was chasing down somebody because we had a turnover. But I got the tackle.
During the end of the season, I think you said you felt physically as good as you has at the end of a season in a long time. How has that kind of carried over into your off season?
I mean, it just allowed me to like work the way that I wanted to work earlier in the off season. Not to take so much time off to rehab and recover, do a bunch of treatments and stuff like that. I was actually just be able to get a good foundation in, really up my training towards the start of OTAs, came in great shape, be able to get out on the field, run good routes, catch the ball, not to miss stuff. It's way more fun to be on the football field than on the side watching.
Trey Lance is finally healthy with his finger and his ankle. Do you feel like there's a difference in the way he's throwing the ball towards you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Trey looks significantly better than he did last year. I really do. I think his confidence is there. I think that he's throwing really good passes. I know you guys take videos sometimes. He overthrows people once in a while. Hey, it is what it is. He's still learning and stuff. But I mean, just watching him, he just looks so much more comfortable and confident in the pocket. And I really appreciate that from him, from all the work that he's put into it. I think all of our quarterbacks. I know I saw one of you guys had a stat that Brandon Allen didn't have an incompletion yet. That's pretty cool for him too. But I think all our quarterbacks are playing well. But like I said, I think he just looks comfortable back there. He doesn't look like, he just looks like he's having fun. And I really appreciate that from him because when he's out there having a good time, it definitely brings up everyone around him.
Is the ball coming out differently?
I just catch it. Yeah, that's a Kyle question. I don't know.
He said he's enjoying the game basically for the first time since college. Do you notice just the vibe,
Yeah, I mean, there are points like, you see it, I wouldn't say it on everybody's face, but like over the course of my career, like when guys are lacking confidence or something, you can tell. And I haven't seen that from him at all this year. Like he has this energy to him, he has this passion to him, and you can just see he has a smile on his face. He's celebrating with the guys. You can just tell he's having fun out there, and that just makes football a lot easier.
Veterans have different ways of assessing how they played one year and how to motivate themselves for the next. Debo told us I was awful last year. Just look at the film. And Bosa was saying, like, I try not to be hard on myself, but I do. Some games I could have done better. How about you? What was your year like last year? What did you see in yourself?
Let's see. I think first several games definitely started off slow. I missed the first 2, and after that, I'm pretty sure I averaged like 3 catches for like 30 yards for my next like 6 games, which is for someone. They pay me a lot of money. That's kind of unacceptable for me, so I was pretty upset with that, and definitely got in the flow of things towards middle half of the year. And was very confident in my run game, very confident in the way I was running routes, catching the ball, getting in the end zone. But over the course of the season, I think my level of play increased, and I think our whole team did. I mean, we went on a 12-game win streak, and everybody was playing at a pretty high level. I mean, always stuff to improve on. I mean, I go back after every season, I watch every single route that I run, whether they're balls thrown to me or not. What are the things I got to work on? You can always get in on the breaks faster. 245, you still got to get in and out of those things quicker. Watch other tight ends that do it, that they're around the same weight, and see how they do it. Try to apply that to my game still. Or just watching guys in our roster too. Ross Dwelly's a guy who always, he's phenomenal at that. He might not be the fastest guy, but he gets in and out of his breaks really quickly. He's got great footwork at the top. I mean, I could name off 5 other tight ends in the league that you can watch too. But that's a big one. And I always get Shanahan always yells at me for I body catch a lot. I think I'm the best in the NFL after AB retired. But just working on my hands. Always extending, get the ball out there, and just get a wider catch radius, I think.
George,
your reaction to what Debo said about his season last year, can you explain your reaction to that?
I mean, that's Debo's take on himself. I love Debo. He does a ton for us. I know there are players that he wishes he had back, and we all do. But I know when Debo's very motivated, he's a fantastic football player. I'm not saying he wasn't motivated last year, but I definitely think he is a little bit more of a fire under him this year, and I think it's just himself. I think if he said that, then I know that he's going to go out there and try to have a better year this year, which I appreciate, because if Debo's trying to be better, that's just only good for the Niners.
The loss to Philly at the end of the year was frustrating to watch. How did it sit with you? How much did you think about it this offseason? How much is that a motivator for this year?
Well, looking at myself in my position, there's not really anything I could have done differently that game. I played well in the run game. I ran 6 routes over the course of the game. And I think it's kind of hard because our whole team, there was a bunch of people saying you guys just got to work harder and stuff like that. And it's like, well, not really. I mean, we worked really hard, and it's just we had the most important position in football, or really in all sports, wasn't available to us, and so it takes away 50% of the game. I mean, a lot of the games there's no play action and all that stuff, and so it's frustrating. But it's not like I'm not looking back and watching the tapes saying that, wow, I missed this, I got to do this better, I got to run this route better. I mean, it really wasn't any of that. It's just more of a disappointing, but I don't really let it linger, because hey, it's football, it's life, shit happens, and we just got to move on to the next one. And yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of dialogue over social media and stuff like that, and it is what it is. They beat us, and we didn't have a quarterback. We're playing again this year, looking forward to it. But no, I mean, I haven't really lingered on it too much. There's nothing really I could have done differently, so just go to the next one and win more games.
What are you seeing from Sam Darnold on the practice field?
I think he's just this offseason, I think he's just taking good steps forward. I think early on in OTAs, I think he was just really figuring it out, took him a half a second longer to read, his routes and stuff like that. But I think he's starting to really understand the concepts. He's getting the ball out quicker. I mean, you guys saw, I think he had that deep ball to Ayuk today. That was nice, stepped up in the pocket. He's got a good arm talent. So yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to really judge anybody during OTAs because there's no pads on. There's no threat of being hit. Routes are kind of different. I like watching Brandon Ayuk just dice up every single corner he goes against. That's really fun. But when a quarterback has 100% confidence that he's not going to get hit, it's a little bit different. But I think he's playing really well since. I think he's improved a lot since he's been here. Just having an understanding, getting the ball out. He throws a good ball too, which I appreciate.
Does Brandon Ayuk have a different vibe this offseason?
I think he has the same vibe he did last year. Quiet. Actually, he's a little bit louder this year in OTAs, talking smack to guys, which he deserved. He can do that. He's out there. Almost every rep, he dominates the guy across from him. He's catching everything they throw to him. He's making big plays. And, he brings a lot of excitement to our offense. He brings a lot of energy to that offense, too. And we're missing a couple guys who aren't practicing, But, when he's in the huddle, when he's out there making plays, the whole team loves that stuff. And we love seeing him make those plays. And he hit over 1,000 yards last year. I'm not a betting guy, but I would say that he's going to definitely get over 1,000 this year. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns. He's going to make a ton of big plays for us. And the energy he has, I think, he just kind of figured it out. And last year, I think he was kind of a quiet assassin, and then he just worked every single day. And while he might be a little bit louder this year, he still works the same way, and he just has this intent about his work too, which I really appreciate.
Is he establishing himself as a leader on this team?
Yeah, I think especially in the wide receiver room, I really do think that. I think he has conversations with guys. You can see him, he talks to wide receivers after plays. He talks to about their routes and stuff like that. I do. I think, I mean, like I said, he's not just like sitting in his locker, getting ready for practice and going out and dominating. He's like having conversation with guys. It doesn't matter offense, defense, special teams. Talks to everybody, which is like, that's a start. And I think he's only continuing to be more of a voice for us as an offense this season. All right, thanks, George. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. How's Nash, guys?